I discuss the advantage of seed formation in angiosperms.
Also, this also left.
Huh? Oh,
After fruit completed.
okay. Advantage in angiosperms. You know that in bryophytes, suppose in bryophytes and pteridophytes, what happens? So once antheridium gets matured, then from the antheridium, if it is an antheridium, there the male gamete. Suppose this is archegonium. Here you will get the egg. So once the male gametes are released, this is a through water body. These male gametes are to move to reach the archegonium to fertilize the egg. So here they move through water body, not only in bryophytes, also in the pteridophytes, you get the same. So this is what happens in case of bryophytes and pteridophytes. It means that they are totally dependent on water for fertilization. Bryophytes and pteridophytes are totally on water for carrying out fertilization. So this is what water dependency. So the most disadvantage of the water dependency is that if there is scarcity of water, if some of the condition is completely dry, then fertilization will be affected. Fertilization will not take place. And this is the disadvantage of water dependency. Now, what is found in angiosperms? You see, pollination and fertilization. Are not dependent on water. Both pollination and fertilization are not dependent on water. So here, except some hydrophilous plants actually, pollination and fertilization are not dependent on water. So remember these things. So what the advantage? Hence, seed formation.
স্যার
Yes.
স্যার এই বোর্ডটার আগে কিছু লিখিয়েছো?
না Yeah. Orito, did you ask one question regarding the, I forget it, regarding the false fruit, right? Why is apple considered false fruit?
Yes, sir.
This is because you remember this thing. In case of apple, the thalamus part. With thalamus part is incorporated into fruit. In apple, thalamus part is incorporated into fruit, and hence such fruits are called false fruit. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Generally, ovary is compared to fruit. Thalamus is the part which is not the part of the flower even. The tip of the pedicel is called the thalamus. Clear? So in case of angiosperms, pollination and fertilization are not dependent on water. Hence, seed formation is much more dependable. So this is what the advantage. Second advantage, these plants, the seeds can adapt in various environmental conditions. The seeds can adapt in various environmental conditions. That means whenever dispersal of seed takes place, so there may be seeds may be carried by different animals like birds to different new habitats. As they have greater adaptive feature, so they can even grow there in new habitat and even colonize there. So you can write here, the seeds can adapt in various environmental conditions. Hence, seeds can germinate in new habitat. Seeds can germinate in new habitats so that you can get the colony of plants afterwards. So this is the second most important point. The third point is, I'm going to wrap the writing part. Seeds can germinate in new habitats. And in this way, new colony can be established. In different areas.
স্যার নিচের পার্টটা একটু দেখা যাচ্ছে না।
একটু দাঁড়াতে হচ্ছে। মুছে and in this way, just a minute. Colonize in different areas. By regions. Reserves. Who is Ritavas Das? Someone enter the name of Ritavas Das. Who is Ritavas? Do you hear me? Someone enters in the name of Ritavas Das. Who is he? Anyone Ritavas Das here? Anyone Ritavas Das here? Do you hear me? Anyone Ritavas? Point three. Point three, seas have sufficient food reserve. What is the advantage of it? So it can nourish whatever seed germinates, there is the germination of seed. So the new seedling new seedlings or young seedlings can be nourished until photosynthetic organs are developed. Leaves are developed. What means leaves are developed? Next one. The seed coats is hard and seed coat is hard and so you can say seed coat can provide young embryo. Next, as a consequence of sexual reproduction, as a consequence of sexual reproduction, seeds are formed. As a consequence of sexual reproduction, seeds are formed. As a consequence of sexual reproduction, seeds are formed, and I have to rub this part. So what is the advantage? So new combinations are generated. You know, in sexual reproduction involves two things. One is meiosis, other is the union of gametes. So you know, I can rub this part actually. Can I rub this one?
Yes, sir.
Genetic combinations are generated. New genetic combinations are generated, which in turn so these are 5 points, and we are considered the advantage of seed formation in angiosperm. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just a minute, please. Is completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I rub it out?
Yes, sir.
Now comes to the apomixis and polyembryony. You know, first of all, apomixis. It refers to the seed formation without fertilization. Without fertilization. That means it is actually a type of asexual reproduction that mimics sexual reproduction. It refers to the process of seed formation without fertilization. That is, it is actually a type of asexual reproduction that mimics sexual reproduction. Now, the type. Why it is asexual reproduction? Because it gives rise to seed but without fertilization. As fertilization is not involved, that's the term asexual reproduction is used. Why it is called mimicking? Because like that of as a sexual reproduction, it gives rise to the seed. That's why it is called mimicking the sexual reproduction. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No. Now the types. Can I rub it out? Can you explain again, Subhajit? Basically, normally in sexual reproduction, there is involvement of meiosis and gametic union. And that is called fertilization. But this is a time where although fertilization doesn't occur, that is seed-like structures form which can give rise to new organism. That's why it is said that apomixis is actually mimicking the sexual reproduction. Are you getting me? Normally, in sexual reproduction, fertilization is involved so that zygote is formed. Zygote will give rise to embryo. Embryo in turn will form a new plant. Here, what happens? The gametic union doesn't occur, that is, fertilization doesn't take place, but some cells will give rise to an embryo-like or seed-like structure which can germinate to give rise to new plant. So here also new plants are produced, but similar to sexual reproduction, seed-like structures are formed, and hence the term used is what is called the kind of asexual reproduction mimicking sexual reproduction. Is it clear to you? Now, types. Can I rub it out, please?
Yes, sir.
Apomixis. Recurrent apomixis. Non-recurrent apomixis. Adventive apomixis. Vegetative apomixis. The types. In case of recurrent apomixis, what happens? Megaspore mother cell. Defective meiosis. Diploid megaspore. In case of non-recurrent, but non-viable. Ability apophysis. New cellular cells. Cells of new cells. New cellular cells means cells of new cells. New organism. Vegetative part. Look, these different types of apomixis. Recurrent apomixis, then you will get non-recurrent apomixis, adventive apomixis, and vegetative apomixis. Is it clear to you? Recurrent apomixis.
নন ভায়াবল মানে কি?
Non-viable means it cannot grow further actually. Rare case it can grow to new plant. Most cases they cannot grow. That's why it's called non-viable.
ওকে স্যার।
Referent actually you can get in apple. Non-recurrent in case of tobacco. Adventive in case of citrus fruits, lemon. Vegetative in case of onion. Is it clear to you? Is similar to haploid parthenogenesis. Remember this thing. So you know what is the advantage of apomixis? In apomixis, the parental combination, genetic combinations remain same in the offspring. As fertilization is not involved, so parental genetic combination almost actually maintained in the offspring, so that if any plants require to maintain its parental characteristics in the offspring, it is better option is to go for apomixis. So in agriculture, now apomixis is practiced in different cases. To if the similar type of plants are to be produced for similar types of fruits or flowers, then which are commercially important, and in that case, apomixis is practiced nowadays. Now, next one is is the polyembryonic. Can I rub it out, please? Polyembryonic. Formation of more than one embryo within the seed. Then you can call polyembryonic. You can classify it like this. So cleavage, right here, the mechanism. Which cleavage polyembryonic. Adventine polyembryonic. One is cleavage polyembryonic, other is adventine polyembryonic. In cleavage, what does you see? Cleavage to form the proembryo, division, more than one embryo or multiple embryo. Zygote, proembryo, division, multiple embryo. This is called cleavage polyembryonic. In adventine polyembryonic, most cases, nucellar cells, first of all, in the zygote, embryo plus nucellar cells goes to form embryo. In this way, polyembryonic condition is developed. That means besides the embryo developed from the zygote, embryo can also be formed from the nucellar cells, and then you can call it adventine polyembryonic. Clear? You will get example orchid. In orchid, you will get cleavage polyembryonic. In lemon, mango, you will get adventine polyembryonic. It's clear now? Formation of more than one embryo within one seed. This is called the polyembryonic. It may be like the zygote give rise to proembryo, then proembryo divides to form a number of segments. Each one can give rise to an embryo. That's why multiple embryo can be formed, multiple embryos. And in the adventine polyembryonic, zygote give rise to embryo and ectometer. Now we have to proceed towards the one thing Can I discuss parthenocarpy? I hope so.
Sir, you discussed parthenocarpic fruits.
Parthenogenesis. The process of formation of seedless fruit. The process of formation of seedless fruit from unfertilized ovary. Then the term used is extremely sorry. Parthenocarpy. Another is parthenogenesis. It is the so both should not be confused. The process of formation of new organism from unfertilized egg, this is called parthenogenesis, and the process of formation of seedless fruit from unfertilized ovary is called parthenocarpy. Clear? So
মানে
parthenocarpy.
একটা অ্যানিমেলের জন্য একটা প্লান্টসের জন্য
No, not like that. Parthenogenesis is found in both plant and animal. It is found in both plants and animals. The process of formation of new organism from unfertilized egg. This is the parthenogenesis. That means here parthenogenesis involves the formation of new organism. But parthenocarpy is not involved in the formation of new organism. Remember this thing. In parthenocarpy, seedless fruits are developed. As a result, so seedless fruits are developed. Oh, only seedless fruit. Yes, sorry. Already written here. So that's why no new organism is formed in case of parthenocarpy, or in case of parthenogenesis, there is formation of new organism. This is the basic difference between these two. Is it clear to you?
yes sir, now clear.
Okay. Now, if you have just 1 minute, can I rub it out, please?
Yes sir.
In short, I'm telling you one thing here. And again, you can rewrite it like this. diploid parthenogenesis. Is it clear? Regarding in case of plants, you will get parthenogenesis in Spirogyra. In Spirogyra is a green alga where you will get the parthenogenesis. Neocourse, Spirogyra.
স্যার দুটো পার্থেনোজেনেসিস লিখেছো।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ দুটোই parthenogenesis তো।
ও আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
Two different way. One is actually naturally occurring, other is actually one is haploid egg is giving rise to or sometimes diploid condition may give rise. That's why there are two types. In Spirogyra, a green alga. Parthenogenesis is found. Clear?
স্যার উপরে জায়গাটা দেখা যাচ্ছে না।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। Actually, in Spirogyra, among the plants in Spirogyra, which is a green alga, parthenogenesis is found. Now, some question comes, you have to make it the question, right? Two differences between parthenogenesis and parthenocarpy. Parthenogenesis and parthenocarpy. Okay?
স্যার স্পাইরোগাইরা কি হ্যাপ্লয়েড পার্থেনোজেনেসিস আর ডিপ্লয়েড পার্থেনোজেনেসিস দুটোই করে?
No, basically in Spirogyra, haploid parthenogenesis is found, not diploid. Clear now?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Can I rub it out?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
You know, in honeybee, among the animals, in honeybee, parthenogenesis is found. So, what type of parthenogenesis it should be? Can you tell me? In honeybee, parthenogenesis is found. Male honeybee is produced by means of parthenogenesis. The question is, what type of? Very good. This is haploid parthenogenesis.
পার্থেনোজেনেসিস।
Generally, diploid parthenogenesis is found in an animal called Daphnia. Just in Daphnia, is found. In honeybee, haploid parthenogenesis is found. Clear? No, Daphnia is not a plant. Daphnia is an animal. Okay. I am going to show you what is Daphnia. Daphnia is similar to the prawn family. It's arthropoda. So I am showing you the Daphnia. Similar to prawn in structure. This is Daphnia. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is Daphnia. Is aquatic, actually similar to the crustacea. Can you remember crustacea, a class of phylum Arthropoda, where body is divisible into cephalothorax and abdomen, and under this, so Daphnia is similar to that of prawn. It is under prawn family. Now clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, next chapter is human reproduction. Human reproduction. Male reproductive system. Female reproductive system. Under male reproductive system, what is found? Primary sex organ. Testis. So it is involved in, it performs two functions. It performs two functions. One, spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis occurs inside the testis. Two, or you can hormone secrete the secret hormones. The hormone secrete mainly the androgen. And the main androgen is so from this is clear that testis actually concerned with the gamete production and hormone secretion. Two main functions. One is gamete production. Sperms are produced in the testis, and testis secrete hormones. Hormones are made the androgens. The main androgen is the testosterone, which is concerned with the development of secondary sexual characters in male. Besides, it has also helps in the spermatogenesis process. Now, beside this, beside the primary sex organs, you will get accessory sex organs, which includes epididymis, the most important accessory sex organ, epididymis is there. Then you will get the seminal vesicles, one pair. prostate gland, 1 in number, it is not in pair, it is coming in the entrance. Next, one pair. So these are the sometimes it is called bulbourethral gland. So as per NCERT, I should write one pair. Then you will get the penis. Now different ducts found. Ducts. Vasa efferentia. Vas deferens and urinogenital duct. Actually, in case of male, both sperms and urine ducts passing to the same duct. That's the term comes urinogenital duct.
স্যার ডাক্স গুলো কি অ্যাক্সেসরি মধ্যে পড়ে?
Ducts not. They actually different heading is there for the ducts.
ও আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে।
These are the accessory glands. You know, prostate glands, seminal vesicles are the accessory glands. Accessory glands. Then actually, then secondary sex organs. Basically, whenever the term comes duct, it includes a number of things. Sometimes the term used is male accessory duct. Suppose if I write male accessory ducts, then it includes vasa efferentia, vas deferens, and also sometimes epididymis may be included here. Sometimes as a duct, epididymis may be included. Are you getting me? According to some, among the ducts, epididymis may be added. So you can add epididymis here. Because it's also a duct. Clear now? Sometimes there's a duct of the seminal vesicle is there, duct of the bulbourethral gland is also there, so they are ignored. So here you the male sex, primary sex organ is the testis only, and the accessory sex organs includes this. Now sometimes question come male accessory gland. I am writing here. Is it visible from here? If specifically heading like this male accessory gland is there, then obviously only these are to be added. Seminal vesicle, prostate gland and bulbourethral gland. Are you getting me? Whenever the term comes male accessory glands, it includes seminal vesicle, prostate gland and bulbourethral gland. Now whenever the primary sex organ testis, accessory sex organ, sometimes epididymis may be added. And then actually all these accessory glands are under the accessory sex organs also. And then you will get some ducts, and ducts maybe male accessory ducts. Epididymis sometimes will be included under this accessory duct because it's also a duct. So this is what about the classification of the primary and accessory sex organ in male. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So ducts may be under accessory condition. Sometimes according to some, the vas deferens carrying sperms may be under the male accessory glands. Epididymis male accessory, so male accessory organ actually, or secondary sex organs. Can I rub it out, please?
Okay, sir.
So I am just making you understand this thing. Sex organ in males, and just classify it. Primary sex organ, testis. Accessory or secondary sex organs. These secondary sex organs includes all these glands, the seminal vesicle, the what it is called the prostate gland, bulbourethral gland, epididymis, and vas deferens. Lastly, penis. So these are considered secondary sex organs. Is it clear now? Again, secondary sex, whenever gland, the term gland comes, then they include these three only. Every is not a gland. Is it clear to everybody now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I am rubbing it out again. Now, regarding primary sex organ, is the testes. Two testes are found actually. Now, what happens here? Generally, what is happening, testes are found to be extra-abdominal. What happens here, you see, look one thing. The level of testes are not the same. One is slightly lower than the other. This is the scrotum sac actually. Two scrotum sac separated by scrotal septum. And here the two testes, the tissue fluid found around the testes this is the hydrocele. Tissue fluid found around the testis called hydrocele. And these two scrotums, you know, the level of these two scrotum is not the same. One is slightly lower than the other. And they are connected to the abdominal cavity with the help of inguinal canal. Now the testis is held in position and connected to the scrotal sac with the help of a thick band called gubernaculum. Now, in scrotum sac, two types of muscles are found. Muscles present in scrotal sac dartos muscle, cremaster muscle. Basically, why the testes are found to be present in an extra-abdominal pouch called scrotal sac. Muscle present in scrotal sac, dartos muscle and cremaster muscles. As I said earlier, the white testes are found in extra-abdominal pouch called the scrotal sac. Basically, testes are required to be present in an extra-abdominal pouch called scrotal sac to maintain temperature at least 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade less than the normal internal body temperature. Because suppose normal internal body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade, it is required to be, if it is maintained, then spermatogenesis cannot take place. So to carry out spermatogenesis, the temperature in the scrotal sac should be 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade less than the normal body temperature. And then only spermatogenesis can occur in the testes, and hence the scrotal sacs are found extra-abdominal and here testes are found. Otherwise, spermatogenesis cannot take place. In case of cryptorchidism, where testes cannot descend to the scrotal sac, there is a condition in called cryptorchidism. I will be discussing it later on, where scrotum cannot be, testes cannot be descend into the scrotal sac. In that case, sperms cannot be produced. Because if the testes are found to be within the abdominal cavity, then the temperature is not going to favor spermatogenesis. That's why actually in normal male, the scrotal sacs are found extra-abdominal and testes are found to descend in this scrotal sacs. As in the scrotal sac, you know that they are connected to it with the help of gubernaculum. Okay, now what I discussed here, the two muscles, dartos muscles and cremaster muscles, I am showing you. 1 minute. Suppose, can I rub this part? This is the testis. This is the skin. So this is called this is the skin. This is the dartos muscle. Then you will get now this is the cremaster's muscle. And what is the role of these two muscles actually? Then you will get other layers. But I am to show you the dartos and cremaster muscle here. Whenever actually during winter, the two testes are found close to the abdomen, so that temperature can be maintained here, because during winter outside temperature is low. So the testes are required to be close to abdomen to maintain temperature. And during summer, as you know, the external temperature, what happens? The testes are found to descend downward. Then the actual scrotal sac is not found to be close to the abdomen. It is found away from the abdomen. Now, during this case, whenever dartos muscles contract, and actually contraction of dartos muscles actually required to produce whenever the temperature is required to maintain, then the contraction of dartos muscles helps in maintaining the temperature inside the testes. Now, what type of the normal temperature or suitable temperature for spermatogenesis? Dartos muscles, contraction of dartos muscle helps in maintaining suitable temperature in the testes so that spermatogenesis can occur. Are you getting me? The role of dartos muscle is to facilitate, is to maintain normal temperature or suitable temperature in the testes so that spermatogenesis can occur. And cremaster muscle, on the other hand, its role is to move these testes towards the abdomen or away from the abdomen during winter and summer respectively. So this is what about the function of these two types of muscles. Clear? There are two layers here actually in the vaginalis. So this is the tunica vaginalis. One is visceral, other is the parietal. Clear? Tunica vaginalis. Is it clear to everybody?
স্যার
Yes.
স্যার এই যে লাল সুতার মতো এটা নিয়ে টিউনিকা ভ্যাজাইনাল।
Actually, tunica vaginalis has two layers. One is I am showing you here. Here, rub this part first. You see, this is one and this is the other. So what the one is called? One is parietal, other is the visceral. Or you can call it parietal cavity, the visceral cavity. Parietal cavity. Together you can call it tunica vaginalis. It's a pouch of serous membrane that covers the testis. So this is a cavity actually. Is it clear now? Is it clear?
স্যার পাউচ অফ এর পরে
Pouch of serous membrane. You better to say visceral layer, parietal layer, otherwise confusing. Together from a pouch. Is it clear now? And inside which you will get the hydrocele. And then you will get the testis. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the next class, I am to start with the structure of testis. Okay. In the meantime, I have to send you the questions also of chapter 1 and chapter 2.
Okay, sir.
So can I conclude now? Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you very much.